Oh, hi everybody. It's Georgia Rose from Zakuta. Thank you so much for being patient tonight because I almost didn't find you guys. I was somewhere out in the ethers where I usually am anyway, but this time really from a technology point of view. So I just want to thank you all for being patient. If anybody's still out there, you know the drill. I just got to share the show, guys. So give me a few minutes and we'll be doing that. I also don't know what I'm doing tonight, but that's okay because you guys are going to help me along. Nothing like a few-minute delay to kind of knock you off whatever your plan for the evening was, right? So I hope you guys are all having a great day. The snow kind of put a damper on some things, but I will say Mercury is in retrograde, and this particular Mercury retrograde is one that is going to try our patience because it's really about technology this time. So let me see if I can see any of us online comments or otherwise on Govs here. I don't see us on yet, so we've got a little bit of a delay. So I guess I'll just talk to myself until you guys come on with me. Tonight, we're definitely going to do cards. I know we're running late now, so I'll probably go right to the cards. But first, here I am. Let me see who's on with me. Hopefully, you guys are all finding me. Yep, I popped up, so this is cool. Got to turn off my sound. So we're going to do cards tonight. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about a couple of things. First off, oh, hi everybody, it's Georgia Rose. That's me, in stereo. Thank you so much. We're out in the ether where I usually am anyway, but this time really, it's always so surreal to see myself on two different cameras. So Terry's here. You found me, Terry. That's great. So first, a couple of housekeeping issues. I want a really huge shout out to Tim Saliani from Domestic Disturbance and from Shut Up Stupid on Gov's Comedy Club Radio. Please tune into his show. He's actually going to come on right after me tonight around 9:30. Before that, we've got another comedian coming on with Goodbye Johnny. But I want you guys to really tune into Tim because he did me a solid today and got me online so you guys can all see the show. Otherwise, you would have been missing me even more. On February 9th, I am doing a psychic night to benefit Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. So if any of you want to do that, it's a Zoom night. We're going to do, space is really limited. We're going to put everyone on camera and I'll be doing a gallery style reading online. So if you want to get tickets for that, reach out to Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition right here on Facebook. So who have I got on here? I got Gina on here and Terry. How's everybody doing? I'm glad you found me. I'm going to go to cards in a few minutes, but first I want to talk. Hey, Joanne. First I want to talk. Hey, Tim's on there. He's my top fan tonight. And John Minetta and David. Hope you're doing good. There's Andrew Fremder, another Gov's Comedy Club guy. Monica. You guys all found me. I'm so glad. Sarah. Marianne. So this Mercury retrograde is already kicking my ass. We're only in 3 days. And because it's in the sign of Aquarius, it's really going to be our technology, our texting, our computers, our emails. So if you're in any kind of a triangle, you want to make sure that the person you are texting is the person you want to text because secrets will come out in this Mercury retrograde. You could find yourself really embarrassed. Emails the same way. Before you hit send, double check it all, really. And post and everything because technology is going to definitely bring out whatever you do not want to be brought out these days. So want to talk a little bit about just some overall energy that's going on. We've still got a lot of conflicting energy, a lot of squares up in the sky. For those of you who don't really follow astrology too much, those are conflicting energies, especially right now with Uranus, the Great Awakening planet, and Mars, which is our mojo. It's like the gas in our car. So when those planets are kind of having some conversations of tension with Saturn and Jupiter, it's our karma. So this Mercury retrograde up until about the 20th of February is going to bring a lot of things back into your life, repeating, retrograding, reevaluating, revisiting. So would not be surprised if your communications, as far as they're being glitchy, also bring some things back into your life that are repeating. Maybe some old relationships kind of reach out to you and you find things repeating. If that happens, it's not happening so you rekindle. It's happening so you reevaluate and maybe you get to learn a lesson that you didn't learn before. or you see things in a different way so that now you can reconcile some information or some emotion that you have about the relationship. So when you think retrograde, anything with a RE in front of it, right? Retrograde, reconcile, revisit, revamp, remember, that's Mercury retrograde. And especially this time around, we've got the old versus the new. And that's going to be a theme for us throughout 2021, old versus new. We're going to see that play out on the politics stage. Especially we've seen it when we had that huge insurrection clash. You're going to see it come out with religions, invention. You're going to see a lot of tradition versus new innovation. That's the theme for 2021. So when you think about that in the macrocosm that the world is, really, kind of be a little bit of an observer and see how it drills down into your microcosm in your own life. What are the themes in your life that are old versus new? What are you revisiting to maybe reevaluate and have it become better, right? Reinvented, right? Another reword there. And that's really the energy that we're going to see. And this is the thing that's going to keep playing and playing and playing out through 2021. The old comes in so that we see what we need and don't need, revitalize it, reinvent it, and come up with something better. That's the energy. Is it going to be easy in a walk in the park? Hell no, because when we have to let go of stuff and reevaluate stuff, sometimes it's painful. Sometimes we got to let go of some really crappy stuff that even though it's not good for us, we like it. We want to still be in it. And so 2021 is going to be a lot of evolution in that regard. So let's see how you guys are all doing tonight. I hope you're all dug out from this snowstorm that we had. I know I have fans all over, from Texas to Australia to everywhere. So I'm going to go right to cards since it's already the show's already half over, since I missed, I don't know what I missed, 20 minutes, but that's okay. It's the way it was supposed to be. Remember, nothing is ever wrong. It's just the way it's supposed to be. So I am going to Gina Marie's here. Elaine, hey Elaine. Elaine is my reader who reads me, so that's great. Janine's on. So I'm going to go right to some cards because I feel like we need it. I feel like the other thing I was just actually talking to Tim about, who is helping me with my stuff tonight. I call it stuff because I feel like the word technology is like a bad word right now with Mercury being retrograde and the sign of technology. So he was helping me with my stuff. So I feel like we need cards because we need a sense of humor. And I was just talking about that with Tim, and really keeping your sense of humor at all times. And I got to say, some people would think it was really weird that I'm doing this very serious at times show on a comedy club, right? But it really, if any of you out there know me personally, it kind of was fitting with my life because I always have tried to see the humor in stuff, and that's what's gotten me through. I think most of us humans take ourselves way too seriously. So we got to lighten up a little bit. So tonight I'm going to go to the cards and maybe we'll have some lighthearted fun with that. Oh, already dropped one of them. So what we saying about having a sense of humor. So let me see what we got coming up. First one I'm going to have is Terry Fattini, because Terry was waiting for me to come on tonight. I noticed that she was looking for me online. She even reached out and said, "Where are you? I can't find you." But you found me now, Terry, and you get this really great card that I'm going to pull for you. So tonight I'm using soul cards. These are the cards I've been using the last few weeks. Next week, I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit, but I may also have a guest on the show. Not going to tell you guys who that is. I am going to surprise you. So Terry, let me pull your card. And what I got for you is this beautiful card. Where's my camera? This beautiful, I forgot where the camera was because I was on a different camera a few minutes ago. Okay, so Terry, if you look at this card, you can see light going right into the eye, right? And also these leaves. And what this completely symbolizes for me is what we were just talking about, innovation and invention. If you look at this card, you've got new growth, right? These leaves are symbolic for me of new growth, tree of life energy, energy of really vibrant new occurrences, new happenings in your life. But you need to see them. And if you look at that eye beam, that light coming out of the eye, that to me is a message that you want to be the observer. Sometimes we're not aware of things that are happening in our life. We're like looking down, we're busy. And if you look up, you're going to see the opportunity that the universe is really trying to give to you. I remember when I was going through a really painful time in my life about 10 years ago, And I was really not in a great frame of reference. And one of my girlfriends said to me, Georgia, you just got to look up and smile. And I remember I was really depressed. I was in like a really kind of detrimental area of my life. And I was walking down the street to go to the bank, and it was lunchtime, and I all of a sudden remembered her words. And I looked up and I just put a smile on my face, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to act as if everything's really great. And all of a sudden, like all these guys and people walking dogs and stuff, they were like, hi, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. You know, and it was just so weird because all I did was look up and smile. And this card reminds me of that, because we have to be the observer in our life. Look at that beautiful light if we only look up to see it. So Terry, next time you're somewhere, you're out and about, or even just in your own backyard, really gaze around and look at what you see. Because if you look at the other aspect of this card, the face is very dark, but not the crown of the head where the energy is coming in. That's all light. So I'm telling you, you're going to be seeing things in a different way, new growth coming in, seeing things in a different perspective, but you've got to really be aware and let your eyes really see what it's supposed to see. Last week on the Soul Space podcast, I talked about a meditation that Native American Indians do, where they just stand at the doorway of their teepee and they observe, the plains or the forest or wherever they are. And you can do this in your own back door or front door in your yard and just observe what's going on in the universe around you. You'll see things really differently. All of a sudden, that squirrel that you never noticed becomes someone you see every morning. It's a really different perspective of life, and it lets light in. And that light is what will carry us through. So that's your message for today, Terry. Next card I'm going to do is for Marianne Sabatino. And I'm actually going to go to my regular tarot deck for this. I don't know why they're just leading me to that. These are just the regular Rider-Waite tarot. And a card flew out of the deck, so I'm going to actually take this as your card. And Terry, I pull back, you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is a beautiful symbolization, almost looks like a baptismal fount for those of you who are Christian or Catholic. And this is a very symbolic card of a baptism of new birth. Aces in the tarot are beginnings and new beginnings. And when I see the Ace of Cups, it's a new beginning as far as emotion goes and relationships and having love come into your life. You have this beautiful bird, which is the dove of peace, coming into this beautiful cup. And it really does look like, the hand of spirit kind of reaching out and giving you this beautiful new renewal, new chance, new beginning, almost like when we are baptized and we are brought into this life completely new, right? And so this card is a symbolization of something really new happening in your life. Again, you've got leaves falling in this card, which also symbolizes new growth, new things coming in. So if you meditate at all in any way, even if it's just, you take 5 minutes to walk down the block or just go by the water or just sit in the car and look at some trees, that to me is a meditation in life. And when you do that, next you find yourself in that quiet contemplation, think about your ideal of what you want to bring new into your life and just picture it happening. Because what this card is saying is that it's possible for you. This card is saying spirit, God, Buddha, Kuan Yin, angels, whatever energy you believe in, light, is looking to give you a new beginning, a renewal, and almost baptize you into the power of the universe. So take that with you. It's a beautiful card, Marianne. It's actually one of the luckiest cards in the tarot deck. Very much symbolizes love and relationship. My next card pull is going to be for Sarah. Sarah, I hope you're feeling better. I know you were saying that you were having some migraines and things the other day. Hopefully that energy is eased up a bit. It should have, because our planets moved a little bit. So I'm going to pull a card for Sarah. Sarah, I feel like your energy's changed, so I'm hoping you're feeling better. Okay. Sarah, this is a card of hard work paying off. When I see this card, especially in reference to, I know you haven't been feeling well, this means to me that the energy has shifted and that perhaps the headaches were part of you just working out some things in your life, little tension, little cause of stress, but in the long run, the hard work that you were doing is leading you someplace really great. So keep doing that work, that contemplation. You can see all the coins in this card. Those are pentacles in the tarot. They're symbolizing power abundance, and coin, money, actual money. So something has definitely shifted or is about to shift for you. This is the cobbler working on the coin. He's doing his tasks. Don't be afraid of hard work. Keep going. Even if you feel at times like you're passing through the eye of a needle and you're being squeezed or pressured, keep going, keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other, because the hard work absolutely pays off for you, babe. So keep going in there, okay? My next card is going to be for John Mineta. He also is one of my top fans. John, I want to have you on the show. Tim was good enough to hook me up with some software so I can start to have guests online. And have you back on. Maybe we'll have you and Lois back on, because I know that you guys struck up this great friendship, and I miss Lois. Wonder where she is. Her broadcast is on what the heck is it? You'll tell me, John, in the comments. I forgot for a moment, but she's got a beautiful What's Your Number numerology show on Blog Talk Radio, and I think she's on Monday night, so look her up. Lois Martin. She's one of my very good friends. Got to share the wealth in the spiritual community. So, John, I got this card for you. And this card indicates to me that the conflicts that you've been going through are not over yet, but they almost are. And usually when I see this card, it's very indicative of me that you have one last battle, one last hurdle. You can see the wands behind. The wands is symbols of action. You know, wands, we either climb them, throw them, toss them, whatever. Wands in tarot are action. And this gentleman is holding one last wand. This is symbolic to me of one last battle. Most of your hurdles and your battles are behind you, but you have one last to go, and that's the one that breaks the energy apart and makes things move forward. So just keep going on what you're doing, and remember, you're almost there. You're almost at the finish line. Monica, I'm going to pick a card for you as well. How are you doing? I hope you're good. Monica, they're telling me to pick regular tarot card for you as well. And when I say they, I mean my guides. My angels, sometimes spirit. Monica, I feel joy around you. I feel like you had like a really great last couple of days, some very lighthearted energy around you, which is beautiful. So let me pick this. Very family. I think you had family around you, really great energy. Yeah, and so I pulled out the Emperor, and I want to say I feel like this is a past energy. I'm going to try, and the light is very tough to me tonight. Okay. Can you see? Pulled it back. You can see it now. So this is very indicative to me of a strong male influence, male energy, but it also is like a family matriarch, which I know you are. But the Emperor in this card is speaking to me from a past loved one that is past, male, almost like shining down on you. Like he's been watching you, especially the last couple of days, not to spook you out, not in a bad way, but just like really feeling the family energy. Like I feel a lot of really great family energy around you. I don't know if that's because you had a snow day and everyone was home or something, but I just feel like there's a hello from heaven. It could be dad, grandpa, husband energy, just a male protective energy that is coming in and saying, really proud of what you have created with the family. That's the message. So take that with you and know that you are loved. You are very loved. Andrew, I'm going to pick a card for you. A lot of activity, brain, head, thoughts, mercurial. I feel like you're just a lot of thoughts in your head, a lot of thoughts in your head. Really seeing a lot of, like your dreams have even been active, a lot of invention going on. Yeah, look at this. So I get a card with like this beautiful spirit, light-bodied energy coming in, almost like giving you a kiss on the cheek. But it almost, and it's so funny because you have a, you know, in your profile photo, it's just a very small circle, and I can barely see it on the Facebook page. But I feel like this, oops, sorry, I feel like this face is very resemblant almost of what I feel like your energy is. So this is definitely you in this card. This light being, this angelic energy, this guide here is coming in to give you thoughts. And I feel like there's so many thoughts going around in your head. You feel like you need to say something about them or talk about them or somehow express them, but it's not time yet. I feel like you need to keep some things to yourself for a while before you express, work them out. They're not perfected yet. if you jump the gun and begin to express this energy now, it's not going to be in its best form. So wait, because there are downloads. It's almost like you're getting all this energy in the brain head from downloads. So, and I think you're a pretty high vibe spiritual guy. So I think that if you really kind of let this energy gel with you a little bit, let it come into you and process, that you're going to find the energy a lot easier and more profoundly expressed. All right, Andrew, so that is your card. Okay. Joanna Maya, I am going to pick a card for you. And Joanne, I feel like your health is always up and down. I feel like you are getting better though. Mind over matter with you. I think that when I go into your energy, I feel like a lot of your health, physical, is mental. You've got to keep a really great attitude. I've got a Knight of Swords here. Knights of Sword is usually an emergency situation. The Knight of Swords, I'm trying to get this so that we can see it on camera, and I can't. It just keeps reflecting. Let me pull it back. So the Knight of Swords is a card of emergency. Some people even call this like their 911 card, but it can also mean something happening very quickly, something coming into our life that happens, like it changes the energy really fast. So it doesn't have to mean emergency as far as, there you go. It doesn't have to mean emergency as far as something bad, like 911 call for, ambulance or emergency. It could be something that comes in that you've been waiting for. But it's definitely Knight of Swords, an energy that comes swooping in like a knight on a charger and changes the energy. So what I would say to you is expect the unexpected. And whether it's positive or negative is all about the attitude you bring to it, but something's about to change, that's for sure. Okay. And I'm going to pick a card for Gina Marie. How are you doing, Gina? They're telling me to go to soul cards for you. And there's one on the floor, so I'm going to pick that up. So how was everybody this week? How are you guys finding the energy? I miss my live call-in number so much, but I hope that you guys are really trying to enjoy this energy. I know that it's very volatile, and I know that it's really very contrasting, but we can also use it to really grow our lives. So, okay, Gina Marie, get this card for you. Hope you can see it on camera. There you go. Now, if you look at this card, you'll see this is a card of surrender to me, because you'll see the hands all raised and up, like almost like this, which is goddess pose in yoga, but it's also surrender. And when I look at this card, that big black dot in the middle, that big black ball, to me, that means that you have turmoil, or you've had turmoil in your life. But that's not a bad thing, because turmoil is what makes us have changes. It's what makes us challenged. When we're confused, we change things. We step up to the plate. Oftentimes when I do an astrology reading, someone will have what we call trines in their chart, which are triangle configurations. We all have them to some extent. But when someone has a lot of trines, and trines are good, they're benevolent. But when someone has all trines in their chart, I always know their life is going to be challenging, in the sense of they won't have a lot of motivation. Because when we're not challenged, we don't motivate ourselves. Adversity brings us into new invention, new innovation, etc. So this card for me, while it's showing this challenge that you might have, this inner turmoil that you might have, it's a gift for you, because that's what's going to make you rise up to the occasion. And these beautiful hands that are in surrender, while you also embrace the adversity, embrace the challenge, but surrender to the will of the universe as well. You have respect for it. You respect that maybe everything isn't perfect, but you have the power to change it. And one of the ways we do that is through surrender, not giving up. That's a totally different energy. You don't ever want to do that. But surrendering to the fact that maybe we have a challenge, maybe we have some suffering to go through. And when we surrender to that, we can embrace it enough to be strong enough to go through it. Because when we avoid it or try and suppress it, our energy goes to that instead of dealing with the actual problem at hand. So that is a card to me of surrender, of rising up to the challenge, and the strength in you to meet every challenge. So whatever is coming in as a little bit of conflict in your life, surrender to it and use your energy to transform the energy. All right. David, I'm going to pull a card for your health because I know your health hasn't been super good. Hey, Gina, miss you. Talked to you on the phone the other day. It was a nice chat. Thank you so much for all the opportunity you've given me at Gums, because I was nice enough to meet someone tonight that really helped me with my technology. So it was great. So here I go, picking a card for reading the comments. Hold on a sec. My scroll jumped. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card for David's health. Picked one for Joanne. I got a lot of comments here, so I better speed it up. Because the broadcast always ends and when I'm like mid-sentence because I forget to watch my clock. Okay, so David, this is a great card. This is a card of relationships. And I feel like actually this is you and your mom. I don't know if you've been having some troubles or fighting or something, but I got to tell you, you and your mom are close, but you resist it. So give your mom a really big hug. I think she really works on you a lot and helps you a lot and does a lot of stuff for you. But David, I would definitely hug mom and give mom some love, because I think that's what's missing right now for you. You guys need each other. All right. I'm just scrolling down. Hey, there's Aaron, my buddy. Aaron like messages me all the time. We talk. Do not everyone do that. It's just that Aaron is like doing his work, man. He's such a warrior. And I just admire that so much, because there's a million angels that help me in my life. And so I try to do that for others. That's okay, Aaron, you're here. Yeah, meditate. Definitely meditate. Oh, good. I'm glad, Terry. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of apps. Aaron's online talking about the apps on the phone for affirmations. I think those are great. I always used affirmations a lot in my life. I don't use them a lot anymore because I have a different connection. But at one point, affirmations were huge in my life. And what affirmations are is like, whether it's Gabby Bernstein or W. Clement Stone, who's been around since the 20s. It's just a something that's like a mantra to you, an affirmation. Like I have actually this on my desk that says, be a game changer. And I look at that every day because that's one of the things that I want to do. That's kind of, to me, the 2020 version of Mahatma Gandhi's, be the change that you wish to see in the world. So be a game changer is the way I kind of interpret that. So that's an affirmation. But I think the best affirmations we could ever have are the ones we write for ourselves. Those self-affirmations, like I actually had someone in my Earthbound life that I work with as coach, and she has affirmations all over her house that she just writes and stacks them up. And so that's the most powerful thing. So it's great to have those apps and all that stuff, but I tell people all the time, put a picture on your screensaver that will be your affirmation. Write it or whatever you need to do, but use something that's going to be your affirmation every day, so that when you look at that, you know that tweaks, that triggers the burning desire you have to be the best person that you possibly can change this world. And so that's the affirmation. So I love that you said that, Aaron, because affirmations are really the way to go. I thought you would be feeling better, Sarah, because the energy definitely changed. And yes, Lois Martin's on Monday nights. I always like to kind of plug my buddies in the spiritual world because there's not enough of us that are sincere. Aaron, write in the comments what that app is in case anybody wants it. And I love that everyone in our beautiful Zenkuda community, you're all such great Zenkudas, that everyone in our beautiful Zenkuda community is helping each other. I can feel the love. Everybody just send some love out to each other and just do a heart link, because I just think there's not enough of that in the freaking free world right now. So, so send some love out. Pama, I'm going to give you a card. And Pama, where are you from? Are you from the island here where we live, or are you from somewhere else? Because I feel like you're from farther away. I don't know why I feel like that, but I just do. Just asking to see where my broadcast is going. All righty. Whoops. Okay, this card is for Pama. All right. Ooh. I'm just looking at this because it's a really cool card. Okay, so this guy in this card is sitting atop of what I would call the tree of life. And the tree of life is basically our root system, our ancestors, our karmic map of where we are in the world. And this beautiful tree of life for you, Pama, I think, with this person kind of just thinking, and they're sitting on top of it. To me, this is a card of ancestors. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if you've been having some active dreams. If you haven't been, you will. This is really past coming back. Very appropriate for Mercury retrograde, but it's past in a different way. It's not like a love or something like that. This is ancestral karma. This is like dreaming of past lives. There's definitely something that's going to occur or happen in your life for you. Be aware, be observing, that is of past life. Like you're going to have a real sense of deja vu. It could be someone coming into your life from a past life. But this, to me, the tree of life, someone sitting on top of it thinking, it's definitely something coming back up through the root system of your life, of your spirit, of your soul, and coming in to show you something in this life. So really appropriate. It could even be like something reconciling in this life for you. It's called Motivation in the App Store. Lois is on 7 p.m. Monday night, Blog Talk Radio. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Monica. I did a card for Joanne, for David. Yeah, the affirmations are really great, but don't forget to write some of your own. Yeah, the energy is lighter. We're coming out of, finally, 2020 is getting to be over. 2020 was like a 13-month year. It extended into January of 2021. Now the energy is starting to change. It's going to be different. The planet configuration is different because as the planet moves, the sequence order of the planets is different. And therefore, the way that we view the world becomes different. For example, last year we had Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. So what would happen was Jupiter would make something good and optimistic happen, something benevolent. And then Saturn would come in to kind of give it a limitation and make us think a little bit less optimistically. And then Pluto would come in and like a wrecking ball. And so we always would end every occurrence, every situation in our life on that Pluto energy. Now in 2021, it's the opposite. Pluto is in the sky before Saturn and then Jupiter. So something is falling away, something comes in, kind of gets wrecked a little bit. Then Saturn comes in to show us the limitation of why that is. And that within that limitation is the way to navigate it. And then we end the situations on the benevolence, the optimism of Jupiter. So can you see how the same energy of three planets, but in a different sequence, changes everything? We're more optimistic, generally speaking, now because we're ending a lot of our challenges, a lot of the stuff that's happening in our life, good, bad, or indifferent, on a better note. And that's going to continue through the year. But the theme for 2021 is old versus new. We're not done tearing down the old, the universe coming in with a wrecking ball, letting the old go to rebuild and reinvent the new. That's the energy this year, but it's in a lighter way. Thank you for that confirmation, Terry. Okay. And I think, Gina, I know that you were on, and I don't see you now, Gina Kenjemi Coffin. I'm going to pick a card for you because I know you were on, and then I'm going to do one for Laura Alvino if I have time. I have like 6 minutes. I'm running out. Show goes so fast when you're 20 minutes late for it. Oh, I cracked myself up. But the reason why that's so funny is because lately I've tried to be on time for anything in the last couple of years because I was always late for everything in my life. Back when I was a type A, total workaholic, late for everything. And my mom used to say to me, Georgia, you'll be late for your own funeral. And I really don't want to do that, but maybe I do. I don't know. But I don't want to be late for anything else. So sorry I was late for the show tonight. So here is your card, Gina Coffin. Gina, you got the Knight of Swords also. Second time tonight we picked this. And this card never wants to be seen on camera. It happened like, there you go. So Knight of Swords for us is something coming in swiftly, an emergency, but it doesn't have to be bad emergency. Knight of Swords can be just something changing really quick. It's really like a Uranus energy. And we do have squares to Uranus right now, so it's appropriate. But it's actually like something happening that you don't expect. Expect the unexpected. You can't, right? So this is something happening really quickly, swiftly, lightning comes in, changes the energy. It could be something you've been waiting to happen or something you've been waiting for. It could also be something that might seem unpleasant at first, but once you actually evaluate it, it's actually for good, okay? So take that with you. And then the last one I'm going to pull tonight is Laura Alvino. Laura was on last week as well. And Laura, I'm going to pull a card for you. They're telling me traditional tarot, and if I have time, I'll pull a soul card as well. Okay. Laura, you got the Chariot. I don't know if you can see it. The camera's really been giving me trouble tonight with the lighting. The Chariot is a card, there you go, of moving forward. When you see the Chariot in your life, Chariot card come into your life, it means that you are no longer an idle. You're no longer like, the car's no longer in neutral at the curb. You're putting it in drive and you are driving. You are going, you are moving. Things are no longer black or white. You found the middle ground. You found the compromise. You found the reconciliation. And you're ready to move forward. You're no longer in a state of maybe. You're no longer trying to make a decision about something. You're making it, you're confident about it, and you're moving forward with something. So this is a great card for business. It's a great card for any kind of decision making in your life that will move your energy forward. I feel like this is like a renewal of business for you, though. I feel like this is like getting your mojo going, putting things in place you've been trying to work through for a while. All right, and I'm going to pick a soul card for you, Laura. I have like 3 minutes left to show. I'm going to pick a soul card for you just to confirm that energy. And February 19th, guys, do not forget Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. 100% of the proceeds goes to charity. I get nothing for this event, don't want to. As a survivor myself, this is a charity that's near and dear to my heart. So please go online, get tickets February 19th, Psychic Night. I'll be doing gallery readings through Zoom. So Laura, if you look at this card, and I asked for a card that would be actually like confirmation. And if you see this card, there's two faces in here. And if you saw the Chariot card, you can see that there's two like Sphinx type people, black and white, and the Chariot moves them, they move the Chariot forward. This card, very similar in the duality of we have a face in light here and a face in darkness here. This is the challenge of light and dark, good or bad, black or white, and finding the compromise of it. Look at all this light in between coming through. The compromise of that light moves you forward. Instead of thinking of things a certain way, good or bad, the duality, put them together, find the middle ground. That's what's going to move you forward. And I feel like it's a new perspective for you, but I also feel like it's something where you have a little bit more mojo in business. So I got 2 more minutes, just going to read some comments. So many of you, hop on over to Georgia Rose on Facebook or Georgia Rose Zenkuda on Facebook. And you can like me, friend me, all that there. On Instagram, Zenkuda Official. And of course, my YouTube channel. All my videos are always put on YouTube. There's over 100 videos up there, meditations, all kinds of stuff on Zenkuda. So you can see. Don't be nervous now, Joanne. Our energy and our perception and the way that the flavor we put on things is what brings in the way they come in our life. If we think negative, we're going to get negative. Stay positive. That card could be a beautiful card. It could be someone coming in that you haven't seen in a long time. It could be something that you've been desirous of actually coming in. So just, let it flow. Let it flow. Remember, surrender, guys. There's an awesome book by the same guy who wrote The Untethered Soul called The Surrender Experiment. It's a great book to read for 2021. Really a great book because it'll keep you in that, oh, you're from Port Jeff, so you're around here. It'll keep you in that beautiful affirmation, beautiful positive frame of mind as the changes come in this year. Sending love and hugs to all. Hi, Joe Staz. Next week, we'll pull a card for you. Yep, keep upbeat about the health. Hey, Gina, love you. Don't worry, this is a good change. You do it. You do a good change. No, don't be scared. Those are good cards. Well, you're a Taurus. You don't like change because that's a very fixed energy. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. You guys all know where to find me. If you want a private reading, zenkuda.com. And I will be back next Tuesday at 7:30. Tell your friends and share the show. Thanks so much, guys. I love you all. Sending a big heart link out to everybody in the Zenkuda community. You are warriors. Keep up the